Gee, I better stay here. Go call the cops.
Okay, Chuck.
That's a dead-end arrival if I ever saw one. He'll never make it.
Fred Rutledge.
Wow.
President of the Rutledge Bank.
But you can't sit here all night, Mrs. Rutledge. Are you all right?
What was that, Lieutenant?
Maybe in the morning you can visit him in the hospital.
Then he's alive?
And he's a very lucky man. If those two youngsters hadn't have found him when they did, he wouldn't have had much of a chance. Concussion and a couple of broken legs. Stiff price to pay for such a needless accident. But the doc says he'll be all right.
Can he talk? I mean, has he said anything?
Why do you ask that?
Because if Fred had a chance to say something, he'd tell you what really happened. The truth.
And what would that be?
I tried to kill my husband tonight. I was riding in the car with him. When I left him on the road, I thought he was dead. You can see I'm all dressed. I only got back a few minutes ago. I was running and walking, but there was no place for me to go. Only back here.
If you want to pack some things, Mrs. Rutledge, I'll wait.
Just my purse, Lieutenant.
Daphne! What is it? Who is this man?
This is Lieutenant Whitlow from police headquarters.
But I don't understand. Where's Freddie?
Freddie's at the Bayside Receiving Hospital.
Hospital?
But he's going to be all right.
But I don't understand. You and he went for a drive together. If there was an accident, I'll go and get dressed.
Mrs. Rutledge, I'm not going to the hospital. The lieutenant is taking me to jail.
Jail?
Yes. I tried to kill Fred tonight.
Why?
You'd never understand. Not in a million years.
Philip, I'm sorry to wake you at such an hour, but this is urgent. You're not only our family lawyer, you're also my dearest friend, and you've got to help me.
All right. You get over to the hospital and see Fred. I'll go and see Whitlow right away. Maybe meet you there. Goodbye.
Poor Freddie. Freddie, dear. Mother's here. Everything's going to be all right now.
What happened tonight? It really did happen, didn't it?
Freddie, we've only a moment to talk. You've got to understand what I'm going to say.
I hardly knew her face. It wasn't Daphne at all.
Son, I know you're confused now, but try to remember this one thing. Say nothing to reporters, not even the police. Understand? Do you? We've got to think of the future. We can't let her spoil that, too. And that's what'll happen if there's a scandal. Philip has promised to help us. Good night, Freddie.
On the way back from the beach, we got a flat. Fred was hopping mad about having to change the tire. He started taking it out of me while I held the flashlight for him. We'd been arguing back and forth all evening. Then I guess I blew my top. That's when I hit him on the head with the flashlight. I thought I'd killed him. The only thing I could think of was to get away from there. to get away as fast as I could. That's all.
But does she have to sign anything without first talking to a lawyer, Philip?
I talked that over with the lieutenant. He warned her that anything she said might be used against her, but she insisted upon telling her story.
You haven't mentioned a very important fact. Your husband was run over by the car.
But I've already told you that part of it was an accident. I was hysterical. I got in the car just to get away from that place. I wasn't thinking. Instead of going forward, I must have gone into reverse. Isn't that clear? Look, I don't even know how to drive.
That's quite true, Lieutenant. She doesn't.
You don't know how to drive. Yet your first impulse was to get into the car.
Come, Lieutenant. You know from experience the extraordinary things people do in a state of shock.
We found this in your purse. This is a receipted bill for 3 lessons at the Acme Driving School.
Oh, I know what you're all thinking, but I tell you, I don't know how to drive. Don't you see, I tried to get Fred to teach me, but he wouldn't. I thought if I could show him how easy it was for me, he'd trust me with the car. I swear that's the only reason I took those lessons. I'll never confess I meant to run him over because I didn't. I didn't.
Might I speak to my daughter-in-law alone, please, Lieutenant?
Sure, why not? My office is yours. Come on.
Daphne, you're not going to sign any confession. What you said tonight can be dismissed as hysterical drivel. And there must be no trial at any cost.
Marion, none of us is a law unto himself. There must be a preliminary hearing.
But, Philip...
That might be carried off quietly, and there is one chance.
Yes?
A husband can't be compelled to testify against his wife. If Fred takes that position, and his complete lack of cooperation is evident to the judge and the district attorney, they may feel their case too weak to prosecute.
Very well, then. That'll be it. This has been a terrible price to pay, but I've got my son back again at last. When this is all over, there'll be a quiet divorce, and you'll never see each other again. Naturally, you'll expect to be compensated. Just getting off without a jail sentence should be enough, but I'm willing to pay a reasonable amount. Philip, where do I have to go to arrange for bail?
I don't want any bail.
Daphne!
I don't want any money either. There's going to be a trial.
Have you lost your mind?
No, but I'd almost forgotten that I had one.
Philip, would you leave us alone? Now, what are these histrionics supposed to mean? Are you holding me up for more money?
Do you think that any amount of money could make up for what you've done to Fred and me?
What I've done?
Are you kidding? You never bargained for anything like this, but you did everything you could to break up our marriage. You think you've got him back now, don't you? And you think that I'm so used to crawling that I'll go right on doing it. Well, you're mistaken. But I do know that I'm through doing what's expected of me just to please you and Fred. Maybe I was just a common waitress, but I know that being in love is just like anything else in life. If you're going to latch on to that love, you can't go around begging for it.
You dare to talk of love?
Yeah, it must sound funny to you. But you know what's even funnier? I do love him. I've loved him from the very day when he proposed to me. And still I turned him down. Yes, I believe just like you, Mrs. Rutledge, that this marriage would never work.
Then why did you marry him?
I'll tell you why. You've read those corny romantic novels where men get down on their knees to propose to the women they love? Well, Fred got down on his knees, too. And all he could do was cry. I couldn't hold out against that. He was so unhappy, and I knew what was eating him. He was sick to death of dangling on your apron strings. He wanted a woman who'd look up to him as a grown man with a mind of his own.
I was never against his getting married, but as someone he could respect.
You made up your mind I wasn't good enough for him, and you made good and sure in 1,000 little ways that he thought so, too.
I see. So now you're going through with this trial, just to get back at me. Oh, how you must hate me.
That's not it.
If you think playing a martyr's role is going to make Fred take pity on you, you're mistaken. No man could forgive what you did.
Pity, forgiveness. I want much more than that.
You what?
5 years ago, I thought I saw a spark of manhood in your son. Now I've got to prove to myself that I didn't waste those years just kidding myself. I've committed a crime. I don't want it shushed up. I want it brought right out in the open. I want Fred to face it with me in the open. Then judge me for what I've done.
What do you expect him to say?
What's honestly in his heart. Judge, juries, lawyers, even you just don't know what's gone on between Fred and me. None of you is in a position to judge. Only he is. That's the way it's going to be. Now, please get out. Leave me alone.
My son will judge you for what you are. No better than a murderess.